Hello world, this is JWP, J Ward Primo Beats, coming to you live from my home studio. For about 20 years, I've been mixing and mastering music, rapping, songwriting, recently started singing, and everything else that goes along with music production, such as graphic design, editing, photo editing, video editing, and for about 15 years, I've been using SynthEdit to make my own audio plugins. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP stream, YouTube at JWPTube, Facebook, JWP Meta. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins in SynthEdit. My GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, a like, comment, and or subscribe are appreciated. So I'm going to be continuing along mixing and mastering one of my old beats that I had to rebuild. And last I left off, I don't even remember. I believe I was just looking at the lead. Bass is done, it's nice and balanced. I do think it has to come up a little bit. Put my headphones on here. Definitely does sound a lot different. Okay, so where are these sitting here? Looks fine. High end looks a little high. That hi-hat is crazy high. Pulling it here. There. A little more less, a little less. Maybe keep it here, right? Okay, so beyond that, this is not much for stereoization. I suppose I can... I might have 2 leads. Oh, guitar. It's just looping that one little part here. Let's get over there. Suppose I can pass these strings back and forth. So what I'll do is I'll copy this over and call that rhythm 2. Let's move it in. Then send the violins here and maybe restart. Eight. Oh, because it's the wrong. It should be 8 already anyway. Alright, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8. This one here that wants to be 8. Alright, so then I can, I said I wouldn't do stereoization, however I do a little bit here. There's no point in having it totally flat here. I did have a stereo enhancer on the sends. So, I mean, I knew about the stereo enhancement. I did? No, I didn't. That was a different project. But that was something I did back then. However, I didn't do it as advanced as I'm going to be doing now, which is stereo enhancer here, and I'm gonna delay it between the left and right ear here. Go left, let's say maybe let's start with about 20, which is quite high. Can I type that in? Okay. So, 20 milliseconds left. Then I'll grab it. Toss it over here. Doesn't sound like I'm getting very much out of it. Type in value, I'll go, oops. I guess I gotta say right already anyway. And type in value. 20 milliseconds. Oop. My numpad isn't set up here, which is annoying. I really wish that would just default on. Okay, so did I turn it on? Xphasion version. Doesn't sound like it's doing anything. It doesn't sound like it's doing anything. Am I missing something? Is my headphones mono? Like, what's going on? Are my headphones mono? Where does sound? Okay, they're not. I'm just imagining it. This is a delay, right? Phase offset. See, like it's doing something there. And I thought 20 was pretty steep already. It's, I guess, not steep enough. So, double it to about 50. I don't want to go too much, right? Just enough to be a little noticeable. And widen things out a bit. That's pretty noticeable. Maybe 40. A little tighter. And the other side was it 20 now? 20, yeah, let's go 40. Again. Get in. Let's do a little extreme. A little extreme here. Play with it a bit. Just try 80. Yeah, that's pretty wide. It's not loud enough. Man. Always with the window sounds being blaringly loud. I don't know how they jump back up, but they do. Annoying. I wish I could hard lock it to like super low. I know that's super loud on stream. Hear it with everything. Lost a lot there. Gained something else though. Okay, let's tighten it up again. Yeah, it's back, right? For some reason it seemed to have like kind of blended too much. Yeah, it's the body, it's like breathing. Huge. All right, so how do I want to counter with the guitar here? Bass. So I'll use the EQ here. I'll bump it down and I'll split it. Just the standard. However, I'll ignore the bottom because the counter is bass, right? So about 500, which is here, there. Drop everything there. Then I'll grab that and toss it on the bass. And flip this. Right. And that doesn't make sense with the... because the guitar is not always there, right? So now the bass is kind of slanted all on its own. Perhaps maybe the other lead here, the piano instead. Okay, so I forgot about the other lead. Can I drop it here? So now I don't need to have this per se. Bring this bottom end back. The basses can go. Yeah, definitely wider. And then they play together. There's some space. Still not sure what to do with the bass, so like generally what do you do with a bass, right? Reverb, usually a string. Reverb 2, large hall, just something to mess with. Then a low cut here. Put up to go 1,000. I'll go 1,000. Let me type that in. High cut, no high cuts. Huge. Okay, so what is this? Early reflection? No. Wet? No. Dry? Yes. Kill dry, bring in wet. Early reflection. Super spread, super merge, super spread. I don't think that's doing anything. Okay, 100% for that. I don't like it. Too muddy. I mean, I could do tight studio, but shouldn't mess with the bass like that. I like it centered and powerful, and everything is just zeroed in here. Look at the mid side here. Hideous. Alright, check out the stereo. Look at this high. This is the hi-hats. And the snare, they're totally monaural. Monaural here. Stereo. Back to standard here. Default. Okay. So what's up now? Well, these snares and stuff are kind of not that great. Should I be pounding them around? What about the hi-hat? Fine. A little bit. Some tight. Snare's just sitting there right in the middle. With the EQ again. Maybe I'll do it a little more refined though. I always end up making this preset and I always save it and it always disappears on me. Like this. Manual here. This just widens it out, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna save it again and I'll probably lose it again. So I'll call this, what is it normally called? Stereo separation. Call it stereo separation fine. Alright, and I don't want it that fine, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it in, pull it in a bit. 25% is fine. Then I'll jump on the hi-hat here. And ooh. I keep accidentally clicking the wrong one. Okay, and bring it in here, move it to the end, and flip it the other way, right? So just to give it some stereoization. Should I do 50? With and without? Nothing. Okay, let's open it up some more here. Hi-hats. It died, eh? Lost gain, moving around. Interesting. So I'll bring in a little bit of this volume here. Do a comparison. So 75. How much do I lose here? Okay, so it's coming in at about... Of course it switched. Okay, coming in at about whatever that is, a little over 3. Around 3. I want to bring it back around 3, so like maybe 60. Okay. So 60%-ish. Can I do another before and after here? Isolated. Yeah, definitely a change anyway. Not much of a change. So bring it down. Bring it down 50. Then hi-hats. 50. No, not that. And at least hopefully it has some side now. Of course. Not a lot. More than none. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine-ish. Oh, I could turn up the spread or the stereo a little more, the side. Let's see what that does. I'm losing gain though. It's pretty much just the same thing as going like this, right? Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as doing that. However, I do have more gain here if I do it like this. It's almost all side now. All right, find a balance here, because when I merge the track down, if it's coming through a phone, it won't sound that great, or a single speaker, right? It'll turn into this. It's almost gone. Of course, I can't see that. In order to see that, I'd have to put the stereo separator or enhancer here, and then just monaulize it, and then like that's how much gain is lost compared to with or without. Right, it's almost all. So I got to find a balance between the two. Rid of this. And it's almost all side. So I'll just stick to like my guns here and do 50 spread. Then maybe 50-50. Right? No, that's not enough. Let's try 50-80. Kind of reasonable. I should just keep this here to see how much I'm losing. Come on. Okay. Not much. I'm not gaining much either. How did I jump from... Is that really that last 20% really pushes it? That's because I changed this, right? Okay, so 75. It's multiplying, that's why. Okay, so this is the base amount, and then the stereo enhancer is multiplying it. Maybe 75. Okay, still not quite enough. 80-80. That's a lot though. 80-80. Yeah, looks more of a balance there. And then when I mineralize it, I get what's deadly trim. Even I don't know how it still exists. It's just that powerful. It shouldn't exist at all after that point. I don't know what happens there. Okay. It's fine like that. It's the same thing with the snare. What did I say? 80-80. I had it on the snare too. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know why I didn't see it. Okay, and then bring in the stereo enhancer. Of course, that one's flipped, right? Move this down here. Then 80. 80-80. Ooh. It's wide now. Bring this in. How much am I losing here? Seems like I'm almost losing nothing. Just the side. Of course, that'll play into how much goes past the compressor too, right? The final limiter. So, playing with fire. Bigger now, though. It feels like everything's kind of laid out now. Feels like the snare and the hats are really far out, though. This clap, it's just huge. Spreads the mix wide open. A million claps. And hat's too weak. Let's bring the hat up a bit here. Push into that compressor. Bring it down. And here. It's pretty noticeable, pretty noticeable. What's it looking like? Okay, I'm going to bring it from the left here. Very seasoned now, very sprinkly. That's how I had. Everything else is a little loud. I'm gonna bring things down here. What's my level? Because I don't really want to bring things up too much. I might have to. So let's bring things up just a little bit. Because it's not going to worry about the final limiter and how I'm going to squash things. This snare is small. Let's push into that compressor about 3. How are things looking here? And they sound, and that claps fine. The snare's too pussy. Everything else is huge. I should be okay if I bring things down. Nah. Let's bring these down a little bit. Or let's push up. Let's push. Push until I zero out. Once I start to like touch 0, then I'll worry about it. For now, it's fine. There we go. It's a little more alive now. Still way back there though. Let's try to blast it. No, I don't like that. It's getting squashed by the compressor, eh? Alright, let's pull. I'm gonna pull on the compressor. Do I want to pull on the compressor or enhancer? Blast? Compressor. Enhancer. No, enhancer. or compressor, because I got an actual dB readout instead of a VCA readout. There we go. Okay, versus the clap here. A bit better, a little more balanced. Yeah, definitely. Let's pit them against each other directly. Topping out about 30. It looks like the snare is still a little low. How's that low end? Here. Snare. 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 There we go. See how it can come up a little bit. Yeah, the whole body of the snare can come up. The whole existence of the snare here. A little more. Okay, pitting again. High and low. High, low. Snare. High, low. Low is a little weak, but it's got a lot of body. Just going off. And it just kind of like jumps right in there. And still feels really a little weak though. I think it's because of that low, but I'm not gonna pull on it. It's fine. How's my overall? Still under 0, which is good. Just want to approach 0. Ozone will figure it out. Ooh, getting close. How does this feel? Feels like it's floating. It's not too overbearing. With the piano together, maybe a little overbearing. How does it look? Leads are supposed to stand out, so as well, I got to bring in the sub cleaner, right? So that's going to change it completely. Together. I feel like it's kind of weak. Like that piano isn't really delivering. But it is lower, right? Let's feel a little lower. We're playing with each other though. Ooh. Yeah, the piano's a little weak. Bring in the piano. We'll push into the compressor. Hard. Okay, let's go from the guitar to the piano. That's together. That's what I want here. The guitar. Bring in the piano. Is the piano overbearing? Picking. No, they're about level now. We go off with the guitar for a little while. And come in both together. I feel like the piano's kind of stealing the show there. So I did say hard to reel it in a bit. Still stealing the show. Don't really want to go down to 3. That's already quite low. I mean, maybe the guitar's just being a little overzealous here. Maybe the piano's supposed to steal the show? No, that's about balanced there. I want it to be 3 though. What does Tote say? Tote kind of doesn't care. It's just like, yeah, they're mixed. It's like, yeah, they're mixed. Just let me polish it. Okay. And the left was Tote. And Rhythm's just burying the lead. At this point, probably be best to bring everything else down because I am nearing 0. So I'm going to drop everything 1.5 except for snare, hi-hat, and lead. So kick's got to come down to match the bass, rhythm, and bass have to come down. Do they though? Bass doesn't. Maybe just rhythm. Let's start with just rhythm because I feel like it's burying the lead. Let's drop it 3. It's pretty drastic. Maybe the bass should come down though, because it does have like this whole Batman thing going on where it's just massive. What's his name? Elfman there. Danny Elfman. As well too, I forgot about the sub cleaning. So I'll do the sub cleaning first and see where everything's at. We get the rhythm out of there, and that'll probably neuter it stereo wise. Okay, so patcher, and it's gonna drop the overall gain here. So there goes the side or the mid, right, past a certain point. So 500 and down have now been removed from the mid. So this gives just the bass, right? Well, continuing to do that to all the other channels that aren't sub-related. So there goes that. It's going to change the way everything is going to sound. I'm not sure for better or for worse. More likely for worse, it's going to thin things out. Oops. However, it will clean the bass woofer. So the bass woofer is just woofing that contrabass and that kick drum. Right. So I'm close everything here and just use the ears. Yeah, I totally dropped the volumes. I almost want to bring them up now. Where's the overall? Oof. That snare is really greedy. That's not really clean though. Okay, let's actually do a real test here. And go subwoofer range. It's gonna be nice when I have my plug-in done. I don't have to do this every time. I just have to slap a plug on and be done. Okay, type in 500. Okay, so this is what the sub is getting, right? That contrabass is so harmonic. It's got so much stuff in there. Look at my subs. They're messed up again. It's awful. After all those repairs I did, still struggling. But why though? But why? Okay, just the bass. Now let's turn off Neutron here. It is worse. Okay. So I just gotta fiddle with it some more. I'm looking at this guy here. What is that? The B needs to come up drastically. What is this? That's the G. Okay, get lost. So there's the B here. So let's go like 9. What's this? E, right? G, B. B at 122? Yeah, I don't know why it's not doing anything here. Let's go like 15. Let's max it out here. Whoa. Mustache dead. Mustache 3 dead. Mustache dead? Hello, what up? Alright, so it doesn't look like it's even affecting it. Like, what's going on here? It's not bypassed. Maybe it's not wide enough. Let's open it up a little bit. I don't really want to, but let's 15. Whoa, that's too much. Way too much. It'll jump down to 1. I don't know why I did 1. What's happening? Mustache dead. How's your day going? Barely. Maybe it's this guy messing with it. So let's open up the dynamics here. -20 all the way open. Not much went to uni today, like university. Okay, so that needs control. Yeah, what you studying? Okay, so where do I want to be here? -30? Where's the kick? Kick is -24. Ouch. Project management. Oh, I wish I had time for that. Is that business administration or what kind of project management? Software development? Like, what's it called? Civic engineering? Civil engineering? Business admin? Right on. So like managerial stuff. Management. Project management. So like, let's get this done today, people. Look at these squiggly lines on this graph. I want them to go up. Okay, so there's B, E. Not down in it. I went to business admin myself for a month or 2 of management. And then I got booted out. So I had to flush my semester and my sponsor wouldn't pick me up again for the same thing. So I had to go into accounting. And I'm now 2 credits shy of a diploma for accounting, which is fine. I went to business school for music specifically. So... And after like getting out of school and seeing like how people behave in the office, I don't want to be part of the office. Unless it's like a super cool office, like a record label or something. Even that's droll for me. Depends on what you want to do. I mean, not down in it. I just don't want to do it. I recently learned that you can only live one life. So yeah, I'm targeting some zeroing on the actual things that I want instead of trying to spread myself thin all over the place. However, I am still quite spreading myself thin. Okay, so it's still not running. I'm gonna open this up some more. Getting scary. Maybe I'll do like a band or a bell or something. See, like there's bell and then there's band. Let's go band here, tighten it up. What are you planning on getting into after? Do you have any connects? Oh. But do you make a living with music? That's the question, right? No. So thanks for downing on it. But my first year making claims, so yeah. Okay, so I'm getting there. I feel like I'm opening it up right. Music, I'm trying to open a studio. One of the many parts of music, yes. Okay, so... E. What is this? G. B. B? That's what I'm looking for, B here. I want to bring it up. It's already maxed out. 20. I can't open it anymore. I'm learning mixing as well. 17.5. So you're doing that like self-taught mixing? Are you actually taking like night classes in a performing arts campus or a music-driven campus? So I can't pull on it anymore. What I can do, I feel like if I open it up too much more, it's going to be pulling everything else, right? Or I could try proportional, or the other one. What's a proportional cue? Bell curve? Because I'm not getting it here. So let's try bell. Ooh. Yes, it's more self-taught, unfortunately, but I have a drive to learn. Do you do like performance music? Like, do you compose? Bell, look at that. It's just massively open now. Let's try 20 here. Tighten it up. Zeroing in and still nothing. Okay, so back to proportional cue. and about 15. So what I can do is I can drive everything else up, right? And then bring it down. Okay, so it looks like 2 needs to come up. 330. Oh, you're trying to boost this up. Yes, I'm targeting the low end frequencies to balance them out. So there we go. We're touching 24 here. Got E is already at 24. G is coming in 24. Now it's just that B. That B is just being horrid. So opening it up some more. Let's go band. I feel like band is probably the best idea. Yeah, band's probably the best because this isn't doing anything. Q of 15-ish. Be open. There we go. A little more. It's kind of balancing them, which is a bad thing. Okay, so everything else needs to come down some. I'll use the dynamics guy. I'll go 50. It's pulling on it, and then this guy I'll say 45. Okay, so it's pulling on it backwards, keeping things in line, and it's affecting B. Let's go negative 40. Oops. Negative 40. Because this one's affecting B, I feel like. Ugh. It's like it's fighting to get up there. Get up there. I can't boost anymore. I can open up the Q some more. 12.5. See, it's pulling on the other ones too now, though. And it's ruining the natural timbre of the instrument. But I'm learning by mixing recordings like multitracks. I missed your... Do you do like composition, performance? Well, you said you're planning to open a studio, so maybe mixing is maybe more your thing. A lot of people don't like advice. Maybe it's best I don't give any. But as I said, you can only live one life. That's why I left business. I found that learning mixing and mastering took away from my composition abilities because it's a craft all on its own, right? But you're free to do whatever you want. Yes, pull everything else down. Pulling everything else down using the threshold guy, right? Threshold guy? Nah. Let's use this. True, 1750. What was I at 50? Let's go 55. This guy, negative 50, hold 10. Okay, so now we should be lower. It didn't even look like it affected it at all. I feel like this thing is even on. Okay, so let's just like crank it. 65. Crank it, he says, just jumping by 10. Okay, so 60. No, not 60. As well, too, the business aspect eats up lots of time. Like that's I said, that's why I don't really mess with it too much. I actually had to open books though, so which really sucks because I didn't want to have to open books. But I've been paying for QuickBooks and it's too expensive for what it's worth. It doesn't even have double entry accounting. It doesn't, it just gives me recording of expenses and earnings and like, I want books. There's no financial statements. It's for $200, it's not worth it a year. Like, and then there's other ones and it's just like, no, I'm just going to open books. I'll do my own software, my own books. I didn't want to have to, but it looks like I'm a little more balanced than I was. But it looks like all the other harmonics are up there now. They don't like. Not to mention this is with Tote on, eh? and that extra one is really higher, that last one. Okay, so why is that so high? Let's go 65 here as well. This one's just probably rate reverse. Yeah, I could see it like twitching a little bit up there. Is the bass instead? No, this is a monaural. This is also with a dynamic EQ on it. So this is, in other words, this is utter waste of time. There we go. A little more control, a little more control. Let's try straight up 70 and I'll pull it down 6. I didn't see the master. Yeah, this is the master here. This is the dynamic EQ. And this is just a moneuralizer, and then I have it merged. So this is just the sub signal. This is what's going through the sub. I like to do this thing where I clean the sub signal so that subwoofers only get specific instruments. Like if I turn on the rhythm and the leads and stuff, you can't actually hear them down. Like you can hear it a little bit, but without the cleaners, this is how it sounds, right? You're getting mud. In my opinion, those signals don't belong down there. Here's the rhythms. It's just muddying things up. So I am cleaning the sub signal here, and that's just the sub signal. Okay, so pulling that off, let's get rid of the stereo. No, I'll just turn them off here. Okay, and then I'll bring back the mid this side. Ooh. So that must be, so I think what's happening here is the side signal is contributing to this overall signal, right? And it's unbalancing the bass in the sides. But when it moneuralizes, when it goes to the sub, it's balanced. So on the monitors, the bass is going to be a little wonky. But what's important for me is the sub. I mean, I really fought with for hours to get them to balance out with each other. It probably would. I doubt it. I don't know. Because, yeah, side versus mid is annoying. I feel like it's fine where it's at. Let's look at it through the mid side. Yeah, look at that mid, or that side. So everything past that point is going to be nullified in the mid. That's a lot of nullification. But it's just because it's strings, right? It's not a sub bass. So how are things playing with? What's Toad doing its thing, being annoying? Okay. So as I said before, I don't like where everything else is at. Yeah, phasing problems. I don't like where everything else is at. I'm going to bring things down. Let's drop by 3. Like I said, I was going to do the rhythm and the lead. I was going to bring them down, but I did the sub cleaner, so it brought them down with that. However, I still feel like the bass is overpowering the lead. The rhythm, I don't know. So in order to pull the bass, I got to pull the kick. So let's do that with my awful roll off. And that roll off is just because it was a mistake I made a long time ago. Like these are 2008 tracks. So I made a bunch of mistakes and I'm trying to do an album and kind of redo those mistakes. I'm trying not to change things too much because I tried to like redo everything and it just felt wrong. Everything was so different. Try to remove the stereo enhancer and pan for left or right of the strings. Maybe it's a suggestion. It's fine the way it is. Like I could moneuralize it, but I don't want to lose the effect of a bass. Like I could totally just grab a bass guitar, which is a monaural instrument. However, this is a contrabass, right? And it has a lot of body. Like there's probably 2 microphones, one on the head, one on the body, and it's giving a sound. Right, so if I neuter that, it gets really like plain. It sounds like a Super Nintendo, like opposed to, you know, this like 32-bit expensive contrabass. So I'm gonna leave it, and I EQ'd to fix the sub. The sub will be fine. As much as I don't like a contrabass as a sub instrument, a subwoofer instrument, this is where it's at. So this is like the sub. This is what the sub is going to hear, right? So it does sound like a muffled Super Nintendo now. I always like wanted to make it bigger. It feels like it should be bigger. Also, I'm using an EQ here, a conditioner, headphone conditioner. So what the stream is hearing is a conditioned signal, right? So this is the natural signal. And then this is fixing my headphones. So FYI, different than what it will be. Is that kick drum hogging the low end here? It looks like it, eh? Let's go default. Let's go default. Nope. The other way. Default. Yeah, that kick is really hogging everything down there. Okay, so bring that down, I guess. A little more. Get it balanced against the 4.5 slope. It's more balanced. If I turn it up, you'd feel that bass more. Yeah. Sorta. Ugh, I almost want to put a... Man, it's so loud. I thought I turned that down. Why does it keep bouncing back up like that? Wish I could lock it. I should just go into Windows and delete that sound. In fact, I'm going to do that because that's just annoying. Sounds none? No sounds. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. What's it? Is this what's the word now? Transient processor. It feels like cheating. Transient processor. That's what the subwoofer is going to hear. It's just going to be playing. It's like doof doof, you know, woo woo doof doof woo woo. Whereas a sub bass would be like doof, right? Doof doof doof. Where it's like woof woof woof. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? It feels like a bad thing. Not sure there's much I can do about it without really pulling Dr. Evil or Dr. Kevorkian or Dr. Giggles. Many evil doctors in that sentence. I'm also missing a low roll off, so let's get that in there. Low roll off, we'll go 30 by 18. Better. Okay, so the sub cleaners are in. Bass is balanced. Kicks balanced. Am I ready for mastering? I gotta check my checklist. Check the checklist. And after mastering, I got one more to mix and master, and then it's time for scoring, which is mastering again, just between the tracks, and maybe fixing any sort of mixing that was a problem. Mixing to do, mastering to do. The checklist. To do. So many to-do lists. Where is it? Did I move it up here? I can't show it on stream just because there's like other things in my checklists as far as like serial numbers and stuff. So I feel like doxing myself. Mastering checklist. Okay. Yes, sub-signal cleaner, crest factor, loudness, dithering. Now they got like 7 minutes left. So I guess I could do some de-essing just to see where it's at. And then I can save loudness for final mastering. I could probably just do it now. Okay, let's get the master done. Pre-master sort of thing. Okay, so I do have the roll-off in, tote is in. Now I want a de-esser. I usually go about 13 narrow bands. Kill that, bring this down. 13, give me 13. 13, and then I want ozone. And let ozone do its thing. Okay, so yeah. Mixer system, let's go streaming, high, next, and what was it, modern? Must have been modern. Let's close that, do its thing, turn it down. For me, it sounds great, or I have a suggestion you link the bass to another channel on... Deep chat doesn't show the complete chat, it's kind of annoying. Channel to the loop pass and a mono and original high pass and stereo, so you have a nice full round sound without losing the stereo separation. Is Ozone doing his thing? Doesn't feel like it's doing its thing. What's going on here? Oh, I did. Actually, I have to find transition point here. I forgot about that. So for Ozone to work properly, I need to find a transition point. So I got piano, guitar, piano, guitar. So guitar, piano, guitar from... I almost want to cut things just for this instance. Let's say piano, guitar. Piano, guitar. This should be fine. Actually, can I loop it here? Yeah, I'll loop it here so it'll loop back around, right? Is that cut there? Of course, there's an empty space. I don't understand what to... For me, it sounds great, or I have suggestion you link the bass to another channel. The new one is low passed, just that way. And in mono, and the original is high passed, which is that way. And then stereo, so you have a nice full round bass sound without losing the stereo separation. So that is mineralizing the low end, which I don't really like to do too much. It's already doing it itself. When it goes to the subwoofer, it just have to watch the mid and the side. I know what you're saying though, but really what I don't like about the contrabass being in the subwoofer is it just has so many harmonics. Like a bass usually just has like, you know, the harmonics, like at the bass guitar or just a sub bass. Whereas like a contrabass is just like, and it's like, it's got so much going on, but it's fine. It's fine. It's supposed to be like that. That's what a contrabass does. And if I neutered it, it wouldn't sound like a contrabass. What I could do is just completely high pass the contrabass, right? And cut out the whole bottom end and then just stick a subwoofer in there. Boom, boom, you know what I mean? But do I really want that? Is that what I want? For now, I just want to get this done. I actually have to call it, so I'll run ozone. I do need that transition point. I will cut here is what I want to do. So I want to get rid of this dead air here. With this, let's say go by, that doesn't matter. Let's go by beat and cut. No, let's go half beat and cut on the half beat here. Then that'll be sort of the echo out. I don't know why this one's all cut. Oh, that's a MIDI. That's why. Okay. Then let's see where it's at. It'll be okay. I'll reel it in a little bit so it'll start loud. Ozone will see its loud part, then jump to the quieter part. So intensity high, modern, go, and we'll see how long it lasts. The loudest part, quietest part. No, it's too fast. Too fast. Ozone thinks it's constantly loud. So let's go from here. Then again, we want it to see the dynamics, right? So constantly loud, quiet. I feel like that's fair. It's fair. Fair enough. I should actually close this. It should be done. Okay, so True Peak IRC1. Yeah, IRC1. This stuff is where I wanted it. No transient emphasis today. Whatever. Negative 13.5. And kill these because I don't like them. Yeah, no thanks. This, no thanks. Okay, maximizer. This is all I want. I just wanted it to get these settings. Why doesn't it have transient emphasis today? Just doesn't feel like it, I guess. Whatever. Okay, so now I gotta sit through the whole thing. I don't know if I want to stream that. I'm actually done. I gotta get up and off. Thanks to Mustache 3 Dad for coming through and hanging out. I guess the whole mastering step is gonna have to wait for next stream. It's just like one small step. I just don't have the time for it. I'll just have to do it off stream and then call it here. So that's all it is it goes through, it plays the whole beat and it detects a 13.5 rollover. And of course I do negative 1.5 and that sets my dynamics between 13.5 and top end 1.5. And then when it goes to Spotify, it bumps it down to negative 14 Spotify, YouTube, and the top end ceiling is 2. Is that how it's doing it? And then when I normalize it, I take the whole 1.5 and zeros that are as a 0.5. And then where's that? That's at 12. So my version is 12 where I like it nice and loud. The space between that, my dynamic range is 2, which I'm fine with. However, negative 14 by 2 is, that's a lot of space for the top end, and not actually reaching 0. It's only going as high as negative 2. But that's where I want the dynamic. It's negative 12 to 0. And yeah, that's all that's left for that, the explanation of that. And then I'll just let it run. I could call it. Check out my website, jwpsite.com, for my social links, latest news and updates, and public offerings. My Twitch, JWP stream, YouTube at JWPtube, Facebook, JWP Meta. If you'd like to help support what I do, check out my Patreon, JWP Patreon. That's with 2 P's. There's exclusive content there for making your own audio plugins and synth edit. My GoFundMe, JWP Fund, or my PayPal, jwpmas@gmail.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, a like, comment, and or subscribe are appreciated. Thanks for watching. Until next time. And that's a punch out. I gotta let it sit for a minute. I can start this. I guess now let that run all its own. I'm not sure what I want to do now. Start closing things.